5 seconds to the open. Ready?
Who wants to get this thing started right about now?
Welcome to Follow the Money Weekly with your host, Jerry Robinson.
Welcome.
Not just some guru.
Oh, really?
Your host is an economist and a best-selling author.
What an interesting news item. I'd better write that down.
And just someone who likes to make money and help you to make money. Welcome to Follow the Money Weekly. And here he is, Jerry Robinson.
All right, friends, welcome to you all around the world. Welcome to this new episode of the Follow the Money podcast. I'm your host, Jerry Robinson. So glad you've tuned in today. Whether you're a seasoned investor or you're a trader out there just getting started, somewhere in between, maybe today's episode is going to be packed with valuable insights for you to help you on your journey. Now, today, we're talking about a subject that we don't talk about too often on this broadcast, and that is day trading, and specifically day trading in 2024. You know, a lot has changed since I got started in trading way back in the 1990s. It was about 1996 whenever I traded my very first stock. I traded my first option in 2002. And you know, since that time, technology has evolved. Strategies have shifted, and the markets themselves have become more dynamic than they ever were back whenever I began trading. But the fundamentals of trading, the discipline, the focus, the strategy, the patience, you know, all of that remains the same. So if you're a day trader out there or an aspiring day trader out there, or maybe you're just curious about how it all works in today's market, then this episode is for you. Now, before we dive in, I want to tell you something exciting we've got coming up here at followthemoney.com. If you've been thinking about learning more about day trading, and again, remember, we don't talk about day trading all the time. We really focus more on longer term oriented trading, position trading, maybe even swing trading, and obviously long-term investing. We like all of those. Day trading is a very different kind of skill. Even though it's trading, it really requires a lot more in terms of patience. Oftentimes it requires more money and a lot of those things. So, if you've been thinking about learning more about day trading, well, then this episode is really for you, especially if you've been, already dabbling in day trading, or you're looking to sharpen your skills. This episode is for you, but also we're launching a brand new 30-minute breakout blueprint day trading course. That's what we're calling it, the 30-minute breakout blueprint. This is a brand new day trading course that we're launching here at Follow the Money for our members. And it's a strategy that I've been working on for years, and I am very thrilled to teach it to you step by step. Be sure to stick around for details later in the show. So here's what we're going to cover in today's episode. First, in our segment 1, we're going to talk about some of the tools and strategies for day traders in 2024. There's some new technologies and tactics out there that can really give you an edge in the markets if you know how to use them. And then in segment 2, we're going to discuss why day trading really isn't for everyone. It's exciting, but let's be honest, it's also very, very high risk and, quite frankly, pretty stressful. So I'm going to share some thoughts with you on how to manage those risks and those emotions and help you decide if it's really the right fit for you. And then finally, I'll close out today's episode with some final thoughts to leave you with a bit of inspiration and wisdom. So with all that said, let's dive right in. All right, friends, so welcome back. Now, let's dive into our first segment here, day trading in 2024. And let me tell you, things have certainly evolved since I placed my very first trade back in the late 1990s. You see, when I got started, you didn't have the technology at your fingertips that traders have today. I mean, I remember staring at charts on a clunky desktop computer, picking up the phone and calling my broker and waiting for confirmations that seemed to take forever. It was a slower process. Yes, they had online trading, but you couldn't trade everything. And oftentimes you had to call the broker if the website was down or if it wasn't working properly. It was a slower process. And back then, you really had to rely more heavily on instinct and discipline and strategy. The core fundamentals of trading never changed. But today, technology has taken trading to an entirely new level. And quite frankly, the truth is that many of the tools that we have today, not all, but many of the tools were available to institutional traders at the time back in the 90s. But for the regular guy like me, the average retail trader, the access to those kinds of tools was still pretty low. It was pretty sparse. We didn't have access to all the things that we have today. In fact, I remember when I think back, it was the late 1990s. I want to say it was like 1999. And I was trying to find stocks to trade. And what I would do at the time is I would watch, Bloomberg or CNBC. I would have it in the background. I thought that's what traders were supposed to do. And so I would watch and I would listen for any stock that they would bring up. That's how I basically got started. And then I would also read in the news, and I would look at, read it in the newspaper to see if there were any headlines about companies. And I was trying to, time a market move based upon nothing more than a headline, or somebody saying something on TV. It was clunky. And let's just say I usually missed the moves, So fast forward now to 2024, and now traders are using real-time data. They have access to artificial intelligence algorithms. They have access to sentiment analysis tools that process headlines from thousands and thousands of sources in just mere seconds, right? It's mind-blowing how quickly the game has evolved. And with these new tools comes both opportunities and challenges. So today, if you're a brand new trader, you could be overwhelmed with the number of tools that are out there. I mean, the real-time data feeds, the mobile trading platforms, even AI-driven algorithms, they're all designed to help traders make faster and smarter decisions. And so trading has become much more accessible to people. I mean, just consider like the Robinhood app, which is really not a great place to trade. It's really more of a place where you would invest. But still, people will trade with the Robinhood app. But if you just look at the Robinhood app for instance, you'll see that is a huge improvement over what was available to traders even just 10 to 15 years ago, right? And so trading has become so much more accessible. But as I mentioned, with that comes a new level of complexity. So let's talk about some of those key tools that are available to traders in 2024 and how they're transforming the landscape. We'll start with, simple charting softwares, because if you're going to be day trading, you're going to have charts, right? You're just simply going to have to use charts. And there's tons of free platforms out there today that you can use for charts, like TradingView or Thinkorswim. These have really set the bar for traders with their advanced charting tools. And whether you're using candlestick charts like we teach, maybe you like to use Fibonacci retracements or Bollinger Bands, these platforms make it incredibly easy to visualize price movements and trends in real time. That's a big difference from whenever I got started. And I've seen traders build entire strategies just off what they can see in these charts. That's pretty powerful. And then we've also seen the rise of AI algorithms and data-driven tools. Now, this is where things have really exploded. Whenever I was preparing for this episode, I was just looking through the new AI trading tools that are out there. I just did a Google search, AI trading tools. And I was just overwhelmed with all of the different types of tools that are out there that rely upon AI algorithms. And I just have to say, it's just really overwhelming, especially when you consider what AI is doing, not just in trading, but just all over the place. ChatGPT, the rise of generative AI. But, as we go further and further into the future, AI is allowing traders to process vast amounts of data instantly. You're able to analyze market trends, even make trades based upon predictive analytics. I mean, I've seen tools that can scan hundreds of indicators across thousands of stocks and flag the best trade setups in seconds. Now, after reviewing some of those strategies, I'm not so convinced that they're, as great as they say. But nonetheless, it seems like we're moving in a direction where eventually these tools could really be powerful for traders. And as incredible as it all sounds, you've really just got to keep your head in the game, because if you rely too much on these tools, it can really be a double-edged sword. I probably don't have to explain that too much, but I've seen some of our members and some of our students rely a little too heavily on some of these AI tools, and they've discovered that they're not perfect. And that's the thing to keep in mind, especially when you got real money on the line. You want to be careful about relying upon AI, especially in its infancy here. We can also think about like automated trading platforms. Now, these have been around for a while, but I remember it was several years ago, I had somebody come up to me. I was speaking at a conference, and someone had asked me if I was familiar with a trading bot. And in essence, this trading bot was an automated system that basically executes trades for you. You have platforms out there that allow you to program your own trading rules and let the software do the rest. So the appeal here is very clear. I mean, it takes the emotion out of the equation. The problem is, again, is that as exciting as that sounds, the flip side is if you're not careful, you can lose that personal touch and that human intuition. Even though you want to back out the emotion's never going to help you. The intuition does help you, and that comes from years of market experience. And so I've seen a lot of new people kind of stumble into some of these AI tools, and it often doesn't go as well as advertised. Let's just put it that way. Okay. But there are tools, and the excitement that I have about these tools, even though some of them are just okay, I think that we're moving in a direction where we really may see some big breakthroughs, in the future. So I'm excited about that. We've also got news feeds. Just think about Twitter, for example. Back in the 90s, having access to something like Twitter where you could just see all the market sentiment in one place, it would be incredible. There's also platforms like StockTwits and some of these others that are out there, news feeds and sentiment analysis tools. They're great for scanning, social media, whether it be Twitter or whatever, and then breaking news to spot that tradable information. So we've really seen the ground leveled for retail investors and traders as opposed to institutional traders. Now, institutional traders still obviously have access to, expensive tools that can be very powerful. But even the tools that are available to retail traders, what they're basically doing is scouring the web for latest headlines, tweets, Reddit posts, and then they give traders, a potential edge in finding out what's moving the market in real time. Now, all of these tools are fantastic, but at the end of the day, you've still got to have a solid strategy to tie it all together. And that's why I want to briefly talk to you about a strategy that I've been perfecting now for a while. And it's called, as I mentioned to you, the 30-minute breakout blueprint. So the 30-minute breakout blueprint is something that I designed for traders who want to focus on that first 30 minutes of the trading day. And the reason is because that first 30 minutes of market action are often where we see some of the most interesting moves. And this strategy helps you define the high and low range within that time frame and then sets you up to catch the breakout, whether it's to the upside or the downside. It's a very simple and very powerful strategy that we're going to be teaching in one of our upcoming courses. And so if you're already day trading or you're looking to sharpen your skills, this could really be a game changer for you. In fact, we have a lot of aspiring day traders and day traders in our audience, and they have been asking for a course on day trading for some time. So I can't wait to deliver this. Again, our members have access to position trading courses, options trading courses, swing trading courses, and also some good stuff on day trading. But we've never really released a full-blown course on day trading. And that's what this is. And we're going to be sharing every detail of how the strategy works. But, there are also other strategies evolving too, thanks to all these new tools. You can certainly use things like momentum trading, where you capitalize on quick, sharp price movements, kind of follow the current momentum. These strategies are very popular because today's technology allows you to act faster than ever. I mean, today, when I think about it, I can't remember the last time I called my brokerage, firm. I mean, I used to be on the phone with E-Trade a lot, many years ago, whenever it was not as simplistic as it is today, and it was not so intuitive, and the web interfaces weren't as intuitive. Today, you rarely have to make a phone call to your brokerage because you can do everything online. And that's great. And having access to all these tools out there, the AI tools and the automated trading and all of this, it's all great. But I've been around long enough to know that these great tools also come with some risks, right? The flip side of using all these advanced platforms and automation is the potential of becoming too reliant on them. I've seen traders who use these tools as a crutch, and they lose sight of the bigger picture. They forget that trading requires discipline and patience and a sharp mind. And don't get me wrong, I like the technology. I am a big fan of a lot of the new technologies that are available to us as investors and traders, no doubt about it. Technology makes our life easier, but it cannot replace the value of human intuition and experience. So what I often tell our students who are asking me about these topics is I say, don't let the tools trade for you. Let them assist you. You are still the one behind the wheel. So as much as we want to be tempted to find that holy grail or that black box system that all we have to do is program it and then walk away, that's not really the way that I'm seeing people succeed. The way I'm seeing people succeed is they use these tools in conjunction with their own intuition, with their own experience, and they let these tools not trade for them, but assist them. That's a very, very important. So to sum it up, the tools that are available today for day traders are simply incredible. No doubt about it. They give you access to real-time data, predictive analytics. They even have automated systems that can execute your trades. But no matter how advanced the tools get, the fundamentals of trading, whether it's day trading, swing trading, position trading, all of it you're going to require discipline, focus, patience, strategy. All that is never going to go out of style, no matter what they come up with at the AI level. So go ahead and stick around, because after the break, we're going to dive even deeper into whether day trading is right for you and how to manage the risks that come with it. Don't go anywhere. Hey friends, Jerry Robinson here, followthemoney.com. Now before we jump into our next segment, I've got something exciting to share with you. If you've ever thought about improving your day trading skills, or maybe you've been curious about how to navigate those fast-moving markets, I want to invite you to join our brand new 30-minute Breakout Blueprint day trading course. This is the very strategy that I've spent many years perfecting. And whether you're already a day trader or just looking to sharpen your skills, this course could be exactly what you need to up your game. And here's the best part. For a limited time, you can save 15% on your membership here at Follow the Money and get access to this course and all of our other courses by going to followthemoney.com and simply using coupon code JUMPIN15 at checkout. That's JUMP as in JUMPIN15. Jump in 15. Enter that coupon code to save on any of our memberships and gain access to our tools and strategies and courses and insights, all the things we have to offer here. What are you waiting for? Head over to followthemoney.com. Take the first step towards mastering the markets with our new 30-minute Breakout Blueprint course coming up. It starts this Tuesday, October the 15th. And trust me, this is one opportunity you don't want to miss.
Welcome back to Follow the Money Weekly. And here's Jerry Robinson.
All right, friends, welcome back to one of the longest running personal finance podcasts on the web. My name is Jerry Robinson. You're listening to the Follow the Money podcast, available on our website, followthemoney.com, and all over the place. Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of your favorite podcast outlets. You can find us there. So now, let me ask you a really important question. Is day trading really for you? That's a question that every aspiring trader needs to ask themselves, because day trading is just one form of trading, right? Day trading is very different from swing trading, which swing trading is where you are trading for a handful of days. Oftentimes you'll buy the stock or the ETF or the cryptocurrency or whatever you're trading, the commodity, the currency, and then you'll hold for a period of several days. Now that's one of the things that we do here at Follow the Money is we teach all about swing trading. We put out a daily swing trading idea to all of our members, complete with entry price, exit price, the whole 9 yards. Everybody gets that every single day as a member. We also provide lots of position trading ideas. That's where you buy a stock and you may hold it for a period of weeks, months, sometimes even up to a couple of years. So that's much longer term, oriented trading. But day trading, well, this is something very different. And it's probably the most exciting form of trading when people think about trading, right? So day trading sounds exciting. You've got the screens, you've got the fast-paced action, you got the potentials to make quick profits. But let's be honest, it's not for everybody. Day trading is demanding. It's not a hobby that you just casually pick up like golf or something, right? This is a serious job. It's one that requires an incredibly strong mindset. You're going to have a lot of discipline, and you're going to need to put in a lot of prep work. If you're not willing to invest the time and effort into it, day trading can quickly become a recipe for disaster. And I speak from experience as someone who got started as a day trader in the 1990s. And I did not have a mentor. I did not have anyone to guide me. I had a few friends who were trading. One friend in particular at the job that I was working at who told me about day trading. Now, I knew about the stock market a little bit. I had researched. I really liked the idea of the stock market, but that doesn't mean much when it comes to day trading, right? Day trading is going to require you to have an incredible amount of discipline, as we had talked about, and preparation and patience. All these things are so vital. Let's talk about the psychological side for a minute, because emotions are a day trader's worst enemy. You got fear. You get the fear of missing out. And then greed, of course, that's not good as well. Impatience, this can certainly afflict every aspiring day trader. These can sabotage even the best laid plans. If you've never traded before, then just imagine watching a stock tank right after you've entered the trade. Your instincts scream at you to sell and get out, but is that the right move? Without the right mindset, it's easy to make decisions based upon emotion rather than strategy. And this is why paper trading is so critical. I wish, friends, that somebody would have told me when I was first getting started about paper trading, how important it is. You say, what's paper trading? Well, before you ever think about putting your hard-earned money on the line, you've got to practice, just like athletes or musicians. No one just goes out as a musician and plays Carnegie Hall, or goes out and plays at the opera house as soon as they learn how to do music or learn how to sing, right? That's absurd. So you would actually practice, you would have rehearsal, you would do all of these things. And it's the same thing when it comes to trading. Paper trading lets you get the feel for the market without risking real cash. It's where you learn how to control those emotional reactions and stick to a game plan. Now, obviously, paper trading is not going to fully prepare you for the emotions that you really will feel whenever you put real money on the line, but it's going to train you to stick to your system and experience what it's like as you're using that system. And oftentimes you can tweak your system by paper trading, and you'll find out areas that you need to fix before you actually put real money on the line. So one of the things I'll be teaching in this upcoming course is the importance of paper trading. And there's some really great tools I'm going to tell you about in regards to that. So paper trading can really help you get a feel for the market without risking real cash. And then there's the time commitment involved. If you're wanting to day trade, it's just not something that you're going to be able to do on your lunch break. Let's just be honest, okay? If you want to do things on your lunch break or kind of part-time, you're going to really need to focus on longer-term trading, things like position trading, right? If you're trying to day trade on your lunch break, seriously, you're going to have a lot of stress, right? If you're serious about it, you're going to have to treat day trading almost like a full-time job. You've got to be ready to track the market closely. You're going to have to analyze those trades and always be prepared to adjust right on the fly. It is not a casual endeavor. And then let's also not forget to talk about risk management, because this is where most new traders, whether they're day traders, swing traders, position traders, this is where they mostly stumble. You can't just dive in to trading without a plan. You've got to have things like position sizing figured out. You got to decide how much of your portfolio to risk on any given trade. That can make or break your success. And I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Never, ever, ever trade without a stop loss order. It's your lifeline in a market that can turn against you at any moment. In fact, one of the reasons I'm excited about teaching this upcoming 30-minute Breakout Blueprints course is because it's built with risk management in mind. It's a strategy that's designed to protect you from yourself. So that's one of the biggest problems I've seen with day traders is they jump in, it's exciting, and then they start losing money, and they don't understand why. And then oftentimes they begin to have bad decision compound after bad decision, and it ends up really costing them in the end. So you got to learn how to limit your downside while maximizing the upside, because at the end of the day, the goal is to make money, right? Not to be flashy, but instead to be consistent. That's the goal. That's the goal. And to stick to your plans and to stick to your rules. So what's the takeaway here? Well, the takeaway is that day trading can be incredibly rewarding, but only if you take it seriously. Only if you treat it like a real business. It's not a quick fix for financial success. If you're drowning in debt, day trading is not going to solve the situation immediately, right? It's for those who are willing to study the craft, build a strategy, and also, most importantly, master your emotions. Now, if that sounds like you and you got free time and you're wanting to develop a new income stream, well, this could be a great fit for you. And if not, there's no shame in that either. There's plenty of other ways to make money out there besides day trading. But some people are really drawn to it. And if you are, then you really need a strategy that works, right? You need something that's going to work. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Next, we're going to wrap things up. But first, let's take a quick break. Stick around. Friends, welcome back to the final moments of today's broadcast. And as we wrap up today's episode, let's just take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. We've journeyed through the evolution of day trading. We've looked at how new tools and strategies have opened up incredible opportunities. And yet, even with all these advances, the core principles remain: discipline, proper risk management, and understanding that day trading is not a shortcut to easy money. It's a skill that takes time, effort, and serious commitment. These are the fundamentals that separate successful traders from those who get washed out. And those who get washed out are legion. Now, before we close, I want to leave you with a quote that really encapsulates the essence of what we discussed today. And it's from Jack Schwager, who is a trader and an author. And he said, "Amateurs think about how much money they can make. Professionals think about how much money they could lose." Let that sink in for a minute. The key takeaway here is that success in trading is not about how much you can make in one good trade. It's about protecting your downside. It's about understanding risk. It's about having a strategy that works for you in the long run. This is what I want you to remember as you navigate the markets. And that's just something to think about. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. If you're serious about learning how to day trade effectively, by the way, and you want to master a proven strategy, make sure to join us for our upcoming 30-minute breakout blueprint course. We're going to dive deep into real-world tactics, and you'll gain hands-on experience. Just head over to followthemoney.com, use the coupon code JUMPIN15 for 15% off any membership, and get ready to take your trading to the next level. And remember, when you want the truth, just follow the money. Have a safe and prosperous week, and I look forward to seeing you right back here next time. Until then, God bless.
Contained on the Follow the Money podcast is strictly for informational and educational purposes. It should not be construed as specific investment advice. The views and opinions of our guests and sponsors, including Tom Cloud, are their own and do not necessarily represent the views of FTMDaily.com or Robinson Media Group, LLC. Jerry Robinson does hold an insurance license and at times may offer consulting on life insurance and fixed retirement income products. Follow-up, individualized responses to email or phone requests that involve the rendering of personalized investment advice for compensation will not be made absent compliance with state investment advisor registration requirements or an applicable exemption or exclusion and applicable insurance regulations. Past performance is not indicative of future results. You should be aware of the real risk of loss in following any strategy or investment discussed on the podcast. Remember, never do your financial planning through podcast or radio. It's your money. Be wise. Do your due diligence and always consult a trusted financial professional before making any